Questions and comments? Question commentaire. The honourable member for Kingston and the Islands.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, Ontario Conservatives, or Ontarians, are very familiar with the Conservative slogan, common sense, because the former Premier Mike Harris, when he brought along common sense, ended up in unsafe drinking water, ended up in a countless number of problems based on his common sense revolution. So I think it's pretty clear where the common sense from Conservatives is. But, you know, I want to go back to his comment specifically when he said that $1 billion was being cut from the defense budget, and his implication that this was going to affect the CAF. No member of the Canadian Armed Forces is going to be affected by this. As a matter of fact, what is going to be affected by what's being talked about by the minister is reducing the number of outside contracts, the number of third-party agreements that the government has, which ironically enough, he then went on to criticize later on in his speech. So would he agree with me that at least as it relates to government business, where we can find savings in terms of less contracting out, which is what that $1 billion is about, that it's a good thing?
The honourable member for Portage-Lisgar.
Well, I thank my honourable member, honourable colleague, for the question. What a weird time to cut $1 billion. I am all for finding efficiencies in government, and I think after the last 8 years of absurd inflationary spending, we absolutely can find billions of dollars in which to cut. And I find it interesting that we're finding cost savings by going to a third-party consultant company, paying them $660 million to give us advice of how we can best stop spending money on consultants. I think it's important at the end of the day that when my colleague criticizes common sense and links it to the Mike Harris days in Ontario, my constituents, the people, my friends and neighbours, they have common sense. They know it when they see it, and they know they don't see it under this current Liberal government.